Hey, welcome back. It's your best friends. It's Austin, and
And it's
it's
Sean.
yes,
And
it
it's your best
is,
friends.
and it's your best friends. I love that intro. I don't know, it's so simple, but it's cute.
It is cute. Um, yeah, episode. What are we on now? 4.
Number four.
I think that's pretty good. I
This
think
has
we're
been a
officially
month.
binge worthy. I think we're at a point now
Yes,
where you
that's
can binge our
right.
podcast.
You can go. Yeah, you can take a day off work and just watch all four of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Just down it all on your lunch breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's your week, man?
Can't wait. Good. Good so far. It's been a short one. Normally we record on Thursdays, but we're recording on Tuesday because you're going out of town.
I am
So
going out of town.
yes.
But yeah, a little bit earlier, but it'll be a good one. It'll be a good one.
How's your week so far?
Pretty good. Pretty stressful because I'm traveling. I have to get a lot of done, up front to be able to do that. So it's been stressful the
Yeah,
past couple of days, but
that's always the vacation thing. It's like the bookends of the vacation are like hardcore,
yeah,
and then you get to chill, and then you come back and you have to work your face off to catch up again.
yeah, that's the thing. I like. It's also, you know what I hate about it is like I've gotten like everything that I need to get done. Yet I still have the anxiety of like I should be getting ahead or there's something that I should be getting done, even though there's nothing really to get done, which is ah, it's frustrating, but that's okay. That it's also reassuring. Like whenever I think about it, it's reassuring that like next week I'll be fine. Like well, I'll start on Monday and I'll have time to do all the things that I need to do. So
You'll be back,
exactly,
back in a jiffy.
back in a
Yep,
jiffy.
love it. Yeah, cool. So I wanted to talk about one thing that we've been just thinking about throughout the week. So we should start this podcast. Just one thing. It could be like just a random recurrent thought that has no value, or it could be a recurrent thought that's like really weighing on you, or like something like that. So mine was probably going to be the same as Sean's because we talked about it off camera, which is hilarious, but that's okay. So I've been thinking a lot over the past week or so about if people could like disconnect the time between an action happening or something occurring or meeting someone or something like that and when they attach an opinion to that thing that happened. I feel like if we could increase the time between those two things, I think the world would be a better place.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about that specifically from a personal standpoint, just because. I mean, I told you about this last week off camera, but I just read the book, The Inner Game of Tennis, and it was eye opening to me while I was reading that, just like how much I tie an opinion to something I do, like super quickly, and I don't know. I feel like that clouds the brain up with a lot of negative self talk or even positive self talk that could invoke negative self talk in the future. And I've just been, since I read that book, I've just been like super cognizant of it when it's happening to me and also when it's just happening into the world. There's a lot of things happening in the news that's, we're going from one thing to the next. People like to jump in with this is how I feel about this thing or this is my opinion about what's happening. And
Yep.
yeah, sometimes you just need to let it play out before you can. And you just got to observe. You just got to observe
Yeah,
what's happening before you can jump in with emotions and opinions and get anxious.
I agree. Or it's not always fruitful to have an opinion, even at all, sometimes. So if we could increase, like I was saying, increase the time, if you could increase that time to like years or decades or a whole lifetime sometimes. I remember, I don't know, maybe I noticed it for the first time like 7 years ago or something. Someone would ask me, like, what do I think about that? And I would say, I don't. Like, I don't think about that. I have no thought about that. And that would be my whole response to them. And I guess they wanted to have a conversation about it, and I just don't have. I have nothing at all to add. I don't have a positive opinion. I don't have a negative opinion. I know some things about it, but I have nothing to add because it just I don't believe that it's fruitful for me to attach an opinion to this thing and then let it hang out in my brain. Because once I've attached something to it, now it's up there and it's just hanging out, and I don't know, bouncing into all my other thoughts. And I would get the weirdest responses, like, "You don't? Like, what do you mean you don't?" I don't think about it. I don't have an opinion. Yeah, that was super weird. But
Yeah, I wish that was more
I
standard.
just, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought it was weird that people were taken aback by that. I was like, "There a thing you have an opinion about everything? That's crazy."
Yeah, it's like a waste of your mental energy. Like we have so many things that we need to spend our mental energy on, just like in our daily lives, just from an individual standpoint. Like having an opinion on everything is exhausting.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And it's very liberating to not have to have an opinion on everything. You
Yes.
know, it's very liberating. Like I don't have to worry if I don't have an opinion attached to something. Excuse me. So, yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. Sounds like you've been thinking about it too.
Yeah, I have been right when you said that, like before we started this podcast. I was like, dang, that's where my head's been at too. So
Yeah,
I'm glad you
we
brought
do
that up.
talk all the time and see each other all the time. So that's probably one of the reasons why we're both thinking that right now. But yeah,
Yeah.
we see each
Um,
other a lot.
we do see each other a lot. So yeah, I agree. I agree with all the things that were said.
Nice,
Um,
love it.
love it. I want to talk about Dave Asprey. I mean, for
He's
those of you,
controversial, man.
he is controversial. He's got his foot in the door in a lot of things and a lot of stories, and I don't know. It's interesting.
Yes.
It's an interesting story to follow. That's for sure. His story is an interesting one to follow. The reason I wanted to talk about Dave Asprey, for those of you who don't know, he's like typically, I don't know if someone else said this or if he named himself this, but he's considered the father of biohacking. I think he came up with the term. He's the inventor of bulletproof coffee and was the founder of Bulletproof, the company that develops. They make coffee beans. They develop MCT oils, a bunch of health specific products. Um, and now he just started a new coffee company because I mean, I think you might know more about this than I do, but
Yeah.
he's not involved with Bulletproof Coffee anymore. There's a new CEO, and it doesn't sound like he's even involved with it at all.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So he founded the company, wanted to, he got VC funding, venture capital funding, and then, from what I understand, basically they bought the majority of the company, and then decided they didn't want Dave Asprey to sit as a CEO anymore because he's controversial. So they voted as a board to kind of kick him out, so to speak, and then hire a new CEO who had been in the food industry before and wanted to kind of take this thing to scale and not be such a niche company. Side note, I think the magic was that it was a niche company, right? They
Yeah, I
say,
agree with that.
the riches are in the niches, they say. But anyway, not not the point. Um, yeah, so he kind of got voted out as CEO, I believe, shareholder for Bulletproof. So he's still like very married to the company, and his brand was so linked to the company. He's still the largest. He had like the Bulletproof Radio podcast for the
Mm-hmm.
longest time. That's how I learned about him, and now he changed the name of that as well. So
Yeah, I
pretty
think it's
much
called like the
has cut ties
Upgraded podcast,
personally. Yeah,
something like that.
and all of this stuff in Bulletproof at the beginning was like upgraded coffee bean, upgraded MCT oil, upgraded chocolate, upgraded everything he made, upgraded vanilla, upgraded choline force, all that stuff. It was everything upgraded, and I thought that was a really cool thing. But they like pulled that away from Bulletproof, so I'm curious if they'll start to use that with this new company.
Yeah,
I hope
mate.
so.
I was curious to know. Did you hear about this?
No, I mean when you texted me, I was like, oh, he has a new. I mean, I knew he was splitting off by himself. I heard that he was going to start his own
It's
coffee line again,
yeah.
but
Um,
I hadn't heard any of the news recently.
yeah. I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw it. He posted something about it on his personal account, and I think it was announced like literally today. Website's up, new social media accounts. It's called Danger Coffee. So I have the website up. I'll just read a couple of things. So like it says Dave selected these hand-picked farm direct beans for their quality, superb flavor, and elevated performance. And then this sounds like the new thing. Like he was talking about how this is like a new approach to how he handles coffee. It's remineralized. So it's a patent pending formula remineralizing your body with more than 50 trace minerals, nutrients, and electrolytes. So I'm interested to hear more about that process. Um,
Well, does the bean get demineralized as it gets roasted? Is that what we're talking about here?
I think that's probably the case.
Okay.
So if I click on this little blurb, it says mineral and nutrient deficiencies are a big deal. They make you feel sick, tired, stressed, yada yada yada, leaving you feeling energized, engaged, and powerful. These micronutrients enter the cells to boost performance and bind to toxins to provide detoxification support. Yeah, so I mean, I guess the idea is like most coffee is full of toxins, and the roasting process typically removes a lot of the minerals that you would typically get. But I think it's also just he's
Mm,
just adding minerals that weren't there in the first place.
okay.
So
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it kind of sounds like a multivitamin, but
yeah,
or a multi-mineral, I should say.
yeah,
Yeah, I
um,
mean that'll be interesting to see.
yeah. I'm interested to see. Like, I mean, obviously it's a coffee company, but Bulletproof kind of started that way too, in a way. So I'm interested to see like if he's going to branch off and add some other projects specific to the Danger line, or I
Yeah,
mean,
I
he
don't
sells a
know.
lot of
That's a good
stuff
question.
that's just
He does.
specific to his own brand, just
Yep.
at daveasprey's.com and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, dude is a serial businessman at this point. Like he's just such a good self-marketer. Like I don't know. He's got me. Like I think his stuff's great. You know, not to if anyone knows the controversial side of him, I mean, I'm kind of with it. He's very much about like challenging the status quo and calling out BS and seeing if he can poke holes in things. And if he can poke holes in things, then he's like, okay, not the one for me. I'm gonna go to the one where I can't poke holes in it. Not to say his theories don't have holes in them as well, but yeah,
yeah, I
I
mean,
like the disruptive mindset.
I agree with that. I feel like there's a lot of people have like a attachment to the comfort in like I know how diet should work and I know what you should put into your body. And then when like new science comes out or new scientific studies come out that challenge that, there's like a lot of discomfort and like I feel like I need to debunk this. And
Mm,
I mean it's important to debunk that stuff, but
yeah, yeah,
it turns from a science to like an ideological, like this is my camp, you know what I mean? Like I'm a
yeah,
vegan and this is my camp and this is how I believe in, and I'm a ketogenic diet person and that's my approach, and
yeah.
this is why your vegan lifestyle is wrong, stuff like that.
It gets pretty vile. Like I remember when I realized I always knew that religion was probably not a great thing to talk about as like a big group, because it's just not always going to get well when people's opinions are different, even just the slightest bit different. Probably not the best thing to talk about, like at Thanksgiving dinner, let's say. And then I remember when I realized that diet is in that same category. It's just like religion. Like people feel so strong, even if they just eat the standard American diet, and they really don't think that much about what they eat. I'm not hating on anyone. I'm just saying that is a thing. Even if it's that, if you have if you have a particular set of things that you decide not to eat because they make you feel a certain way, or because research says that they're probably not that good for you, then you get ostracized for that. Even just saying, "Well, I don't eat those things," was like, "Oh, come on, dude! Like, live a little." And I was like, "What?
Yeah,
I'm trying to like live better. Like
to
I'm
live,
trying to
yeah.
feel better. I don't understand." So I decided early on in changing my diet that there's no point. There's nothing that's going to come good from me bringing up diet things, especially since my diet is like pretty specific. So
Yeah, I learned that too. I have a lot of friends and a lot of people I know who are they're vegan, and I mean my diet's evolved a lot over the years. I've gone from like pretty standard American diet to a very strict keto diet to moderate keto diet to pretty much, just a balanced everything diet. And um, I don't know. I mean, I think the ideal, assuming that you don't have any wild allergies to things, the best kind of diet is something that's relatively balanced, where you're getting a lot of whole foods and avoiding processed ones. And
Yeah,
I feel like it's hard to argue with something like that. But
that's hard to argue with. Yeah.
yeah, I being especially when I was like in strict keto mode, like going to Thanksgiving dinner or talking to people that were tied to another specific diet, that gets tricky. It also gets tricky with the vegan stuff too, because I feel like there's a lot of morality that's talked about in that conversation, which makes it even more
There's a lot.
complicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
a sticky one.
It is a sticky
I was
one.
actually just listening to a video that's from like a really popular YouTube channel, and they just like talk about different topics in the science world, and they were just mentioning the mm, carbon emissions basically from different types of food, and I think it's extremely unfortunate that I don't know I don't know the solution here, but I think it's super unfortunate that I'm gonna just go out there and say it. I think beef and red meat is important for people to eat. I'm sure there's many disagreements, maybe not with people that are going to watch this particular episode, but I think red meat is important for a diet. Should that be all you eat? No. Should you eat pounds and pounds of it? Probably not. Should you eat grass fed? In my opinion, yes. Because if we want to talk about carbon impact, it's a whole magnitude lower, so 10x less from grass fed versus industrial farmed. But yeah, I was watching it. It's like, well, the alternative is soy, and I have a thing with soy where it just destroys me. Like it completely destroys me. I'm like out. I'm down for the count. Can't can't do it at all. Even if I get like a little bit of soy lecithin, fucks me up like real bad. So I think I think everyone has that to some extent. And the cleaner their diet becomes, the more they'll realize that these things are actually like wrecking them on a pretty regular basis. But they're just not able to feel it or see it because that's like their normal state. And then whenever they clean it up a little bit, it's like, whoa, that is really making me feel like trash. Let me figure out what this is. Oh, look at that. It's soy, or it could be something else for somebody else. But I just think it's unfortunate that we're saying that the best way to save the planet is to eat a bunch of soybeans rather than eat a bunch of meat. I don't know.
I agree
I
with
don't
everything
think
you
it's gonna
said.
be. I don't think it's gonna be a good. I don't think it's gonna be a good outcome for the
No,
humans.
no, I don't think so either. I feel like there's a lot of like misunderstanding about how important red meat is for your diet too, as well. Just like the vitamins and everything that comes in red meat. It's not just
Yep.
red meat, and it's not just saturated fat, which I feel like a lot of people look at red meat and
No.
it's just like that's the only thing that you get from it. It's
Yeah.
like chocolate full of metals and vitamins that
And
are super
and
important for your
creatine.
body, and
Yeah.
creatine.
And arachidonic acid, which is like in antioxidation like pathways, right? So yeah, good stuff. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, that's how I feel about diet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
this
don't
is
know.
why I
I
don't bring it
just
up. This is why I don't bring it up within the conversation. Like, just imagine how most of let's say, anyone who is vegan or vegetarian, how would they feel probably about what I just said? And then anyone who's on the American diet would say like, yeah, but like, why do you do the grass-fed part? Like, what's the point? Soy can't be that bad. And it's like, I don't know. Everyone has a lot of opinions about things that I don't think they need to have opinions about. So that
it goes
comes
back
back
to
to our
the
first point.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
know, I know for a fact that I feel good when I eat red meat that is raised well. I know for a fact I don't feel good when I eat soy. So then I watch these videos, and they're very well respected lecturers, and they're like, "Oh yeah, soy. That's the way to go. That's how you're gonna make it happen. That's how you're gonna save the world." I don't know, man. So sacrifice yourself, I guess, to save the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely understand that element of like a lot of people just don't understand what they're eating, how what they're eating is doing to their body, um, or how it's making them feel, because that's like their standard. And I feel like gluten's a big one.
Yeah.
Everybody eats a lot of bread and pasta and stuff like that and feel like, oh, that's like, it's a healthy diet. But they
Oatmeal.
they don't understand how good they would feel if they cut out some of that stuff or replaced it with some other stuff or some of it with other stuff.
Probably. Probably. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just want to talk about Dave Asprey. I like Dave Asprey's products. I liked
I
it.
like Dave Asprey's products too. I mean, everything I've ever tried, I've liked.
Yeah, I got a
So,
pair of the blue blockers, like the super red blue blockers from his company. What's it called?
True Light or True
Tr-
Dark.
True Dark. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a pair of those glasses. I get bulletproof MCT oil. I'm I'm a fan.
Yeah,
Um,
me too. I like the bulletproof bars and the oils and the yeah.
yeah,
Brain octane oil is great.
yep, it's good
I
stuff.
mean,
Bulletproof coffee.
yeah. I've had some of his supplements, like the zinc and copper supplement. It's all been good.
Nice,
Can't hate. I like those bulletproof cold brews. I got some in my fridge right now.
nice. I haven't tried the new ones yet. The ones that came, like the newer ones that came in cans.
Came in
I
a can. Yeah.
tried the ones that were in the paper cartons.
Yeah.
Are they different? Is it different or is it just new packaging?
No, it's just new packaging. I think it's a little bit less total volume, but other
Mm,
than that, I think it's the same stuff.
cool. I'll have
Maybe
to.
slightly different sweetener formula.
Gotcha. I'll have to
Yeah.
give it a try.
Good.
Uh, I got an article for you. If
Yes,
you want to jump into an article.
I do. And for anyone who doesn't know, while Sean's pulling that up, we no, we don't. The other person does not see the article. Okay, so I have not seen this article. Um, yeah, I'm excited. So it's always a raw reaction.
It is always a raw reaction, which is exciting.
Oh, and I can see you. I forgot. Whenever I share, you can't see me anymore. So.
Yes. Okay. Whoops. All right. So, okay, this is going to be interesting because the
Huffington Post.
internet connection is spotty, and this website for some reason takes up a lot. Whoa! What?
I saw that.
Did you see that? That was pretty weird.
I also see that I'm super laggy on the video.
It shows that I'm pretty laggy too.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right,
see
Twitter
whenever
gets
we.
cheeky over Super Bowel contest offering cash for poop pics. so,
No way.
so
Oh my
Tushy, which is a
God.
bidet company, is offering $10,000 to the best post Super Bowl poop photo sent on what it calls Super Bowel Monday. So essentially, yeah. So Super Bowl, this bidet company basically just said like, we want your poop pics. Um, so
Oh
this,
my
this this line is great.
God.
A bidet company announced that's holding an unusual Super Bowl contest, and the news made a big splash with Twitter users. How big is it? Should I zoom in?
Yeah, zoom in a little bit.
All right.
Dude, that's hilarious.
On Wednesday, Tushy tweeted, "Oh man, this website is taking a
Is
minute
this
to load."
Huffington Post?
Yeah,
Man, they got all those Google ads on there.
they got a lot of ads.
They're
Um,
getting that Google AdSense money.
they are, and they're also referencing tweets that I'm hoping loads here pretty soon. Um, so that's probably what part of it is too.
Oh my gosh, there's another.
Dude, there's a
What
video
is
now too.
going on?
I have no
That's
idea.
why it's taking up so much of our connection. That's wild.
Man.
You
On
know what we should do? We
Wednesday.
should change this to a website review. Okay, we should give
Oh,
it a
that's
10,
good.
a score out of 10 because I think this is getting like a 1 right now in
Yeah,
terms of
I'm gonna
user
say.
friendliness.
To be honest, I was having issues even before we started recording too, looking at this website, which is, I mean,
Jesus Christ.
that's not great. Like this
This
player
is
won't
what I
even
feel like when I'm
close.
on Yahoo. Like if I go to Yahoo News, that's what this feels like.
Dude, that's
'Cause
so
sometimes
true.
Yahoo News has like good articles, but good God, I don't even know what I'm reading. I don't even know what's part of the article when I'm on Yahoo
Yeah,
News sometimes.
yeah. Their whole interface is it's kind of hard to traverse.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, on Wednesday, Tushy tweeted that its Super Bowel contest will award $10,000 to the best post Super Bowl poop sent on what it is dubbing Super Bowel Monday. So here's their first tweet. We're serious. You could win 10K if you send us your post game poop on the Super Bowl Monday. Bonus points if you tell us what food it used to be. so,
Oh
so they
no.
Ah, man, they even have like a little like
Jesus
monument here with a
Christ.
with a
I
turd. Just
saw. Jeez, that's so funny.
dude, man.
They're really going for it.
They're sure to note that the contest does not start until next week. Please do not send me your poop pics now. I think it's I think it's the funniest. Like without context, probably one of the best tweets I've ever read. Please do not send me your
Uh,
poop pics now. I really don't want
oh
them.
man, it's yeah.
Uh,
If there was no context, that would be the greatest tweet of all time.
thoroughly unsurprisingly, Twitter users had lots of thoughts about this crap seeking contest.
Oh
I can't believe
God.
I'm raising a child in a world where this exists.
I don't know. That's pretty funny.
I mean, I
It's
would
better
want
than
my.
raising a child with a lot of other things. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
was gonna say I want to raise my kids in a world where the internet has a good sense of humor, and this is a good start. Poop
That's pretty
jokes,
hilarious.
poop jokes is where it's at. Bless the
It
people
is.
who will be reviewing the pics. Yeah,
I
that's.
know.
I mean, that's troubling,
I feel
right?
like they're not going to review them. They're just going to pick out of a hat. They're just going to
I
like, oh, look at that. We have 12,000 submissions. Let's rank them from 1 to 12,000, no particular order, and then just pick a random number generator.
yeah, I hope so, or else this is. I mean, the weirdest perverted company.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They got a weird thing. This is a certain way to drive engagement. Um, man, yeah. So Satan came up with this campaign. It's pretty. Yes, the entry guidelines are worth a read. Noah will not submit a turd pick that has previously won another prize. Yes, he must receive permission to use someone else's turd pick. Some people had questions. Why? Why do this? What's wrong with you? Why? No, please.
Jeez.
Yeah. So Tushy can have a 10K. Actually, to go back to this tweet, this is probably like if I was an employee at Tushy and I didn't make this decision, this is probably what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like they probably have to. They have to go review it. Oh man, now I have to like wait for this whole page to load again because it took
So
me into
right.
Twitter.
Oh, that's tough.
I mean, that's.
It's.
I
I
mean,
think it says the guidelines right there, doesn't it?
does it? Where?
Maybe not. Oh, some people had questions. No, that's it.
Oh no.
Oh, those are gonna
Uh,
turn into tweets. Oh my God, this
yeah.
website's so bad.
it's
Wow.
pretty. It's pretty troubling.
Sorry,
Uh,
HuffPost, but this is not good.
and the company's social media team did have a response for the woman who asked a very simple question. They said because everybody poops and it's time for someone to make a bunch of money off of that. so, so, so I appreciate the hustle. I really like.
Yeah, respect.
I really like the vibe. They know what they want and
Yeah,
they went
respect for
for it,
that.
man. Um,
And they know how to get it, apparently.
yeah, apparently that's but yeah,
It's
so
hilarious.
that's pretty much it. Not too much to talk about there. Just a company that's asking for turd picks, and somebody's gonna get. Dude, imagine getting $10,000 just for like taking a picture of your dump, like on a Super Bowl. Like
That's a great payday. Great
that is
payday
a great
for
payday.
taking a poop. What
Yeah,
if you got 10,000 every time you pooped? Man,
that's
you'd sit
passive
pretty.
income, baby.
Forgot about those memes. Oh my God.
oh man.
That's passive income, baby.
I
Oh
mean,
man.
that's the way to
The
go, I
that's the
guess.
purest form right there. I mean, I guess you're doing a little bit of work for it, but
Yeah, a little bit, very little.
a little bit.
Um,
That's funny.
but yeah, Tushy bidet. Have you ever used a bidet?
No, I have not, although I was listening to a story from someone recently about their nephew who has a debate, who has a bidet at their house, and the kid like went to Disney World or something like that, some amusement park he was very, very excited to go to, and he's like, he's like 9 years old, and he had never like had to wipe his butt before, and had always had a bidet. And that was just like, I don't know, maybe the place he lived. It was like very standard there. And he went to Disney World in Florida and he did not have a bidet. So he went to the bathroom and apparently he was like completely distraught. They kind of like walked him through the process of like what you have to do. Like you have to like wad up some paper and like, dude, he was disgusted. He was like, ugh. What? No
Dude,
way. And then, so anyway, he mustered up the courage to go poop and he was, he wiped his butt all right, you're supposed to do. And then he was disgusted for the next, like, you know, he could not keep going through the park because he was distraught that he still had dried poop on his butt.
Oh my
So he
god.
was like, no, this like 9-year-old kid had to go back to the hotel. He was like, I had to take a shower. I can't do this. This is too unsanitary. It was just like kept playing in his mind. He couldn't handle it. So
Oh my god. I mean,
that was a pretty funny story.
I kind of understand. I mean, if you went your whole life with a bidet, imagine being told you now have to hold a piece of paper and have to wipe your ass with it. Like, dude, no chance. My brain would explode. I'd be like, people
Yeah,
do this?
I can imagine. Yeah, like that was probably a pretty traumatic experience for him. Yeah,
In a Disney bathroom, no doubt. Like that's got to be dirty in and of itself too.
exactly.
So, I mean, that
Man,
just tops it
I'm
off.
sure a Disney employee out there is thinking, dude, I work my butt off to keep
Dude,
these bathrooms.
I bet you do. And not to put Disney on blast or their
Yeah, we're
custodial
putting
staff.
HuffPost and Disney. Look at this. I
We came
just
out swinging.
forgot I had this. Look at this. Did I show you this before, bro? Look
No.
at that. I'll tell you a story after you take it in all its glory.
Oh my
Look at that.
god.
Isn't that great?
That's what you look like when you teach.
Isn't that so accurate? Look,
That
look at my, right? Oh my
yeah, you're
God.
like quarter zip and everything.
Yeah,
Wow.
look at that. Yeah, so it's a
It's
character.
like looking in a mirror.
Caricature. Isn't it awesome?
Yeah, that's awesome. Where'd you get
That
it?
thing, okay, so we were at like a company party and they had a character, damn, what's the word? Caricature
Caricature, yeah.
drawer. Okay. So yeah, they had a caricature drawer and he was like, all right, come on, sit down. He's just like, talk to me. And then I guess, I don't know, we just hung out for like 5 minutes and he was like, all right, I'm done. And I was like, oh, cool. I had no idea what it was going to look like, of course, like the suspense, because he's like drawing it like this and I'm on the other side. And he was like, boom. I was like, whoa, this is so good.
So you were
Blew
just
my
like talking to
mind.
him while it was happening?
Yeah, he was just like, "Where are you from?" I was like, "Oh, I'm from Monroe," and he was like, "Oh, cool. I used to live in." We're just making random small talk, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I went to Wingate," and he was like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. I know this guy that went to Wingate," and then he's like, "All right, I'm done," and I was like, "What?" It was crazy. So
Oh
yeah,
man.
and then I brought it back. We're like at this restaurant in Charlotte. I brought it to the table, and they all like lost their minds. They're like, "Dude, that's you! It looks exactly like you." So he did a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost you, Sean. Are you there?
Yeah, you cut out a little bit for that. But I think we're back.
No. Are we
Oh,
back?
oh no. Your audio is a little bit delayed. And he's gone.
Okay. No, no, no. I'm here. I'm here. I just decided
Okay.
to. Did that work? Did that help anything?
Oh yeah.
I just. Oh, I turned my audio and video off and back on.
Oh nice. Yeah, fixed it.
Yep.
Um, yeah. Imagine like, wouldn't it be funny if they use like caricature drawers for like at the police station when you're like, I need to find this dude who's committed a crime, and they like show you that picture. Like, I mean, they could probably find you based off of that, to
Dude,
be
they
honest.
could
But
probably find me based on that. Yeah, that thing was so good. That guy did
yeah,
a great job. I wish I remembered his name so I could shout him out, but
yeah, dang, that's super impressive.
something Melton. I don't know.
Yeah, was it
This is
free? Did
Melton.
he just give it to you for free?
They gave it to me for free. I'm sure the company paid for it though.
Well, right, yeah. So I guess that
Yeah.
was the question: is if like you had to pay for it or if the company was paying for it.
Nah, I didn't. I
But
didn't pay for it.
did you see any others from your coworkers?
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're
Nice.
pretty good. I would say I probably have the easiest ridiculousness to draw. So
You have
of
very
all people.
distinguishable features.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Um, cool. Do you want to get into
The
the
most
big
important
debate,
question, the age-old question. You
the
ever
age
seen
old
Good
question?
Mythical Morning?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been watching them for eons, and yeah, they always say today we're going to answer the age-old question. It's like, will it hot dog or whatever, whatever the thing is.
Something like that.
Will it hot dog?
Oh, I
Anyway, we're
forgot
not
they
going
did
to
that
answer that
segment.
question. We're going to answer a different question, and the question we're going to answer, Sean's gonna give it to us.
Who would win in a fight? 100 men on horses or 100 centaurs? Now,
For
I
anyone who
mean,
doesn't know what a centaur,
yeah,
can you Google centaur and share your screen just
yeah.
so
Let me
everyone,
see
for
real
anyone who
quick.
doesn't know what a centaur is? It's basically a man on top and then a horse on the bottom.
Yeah, it's a mythical creature where it's just like
Yeah.
half man, half
No,
horse.
no, that's real, bro.
Dude, I see those all the time. What? That's mythical? What are you talking about, bro? Um, I mean, there's some funny pictures over here, but
I'm sure.
uh,
The place I remember this the first time was my mom used to read us books by Piers Anthony, an author, and there was like a centaur on the front of one, and then there was yeah, the centaur was like one of the characters, and that was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So
I was
this
like
is
really young, and my
this is what it
imagination
looks
was
like.
going wild.
Austin can't see it, but this is what it looks like. It's like half horse, half man. And yeah, we're basically saying 100 of these guys or 100 men on horses, which I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot to unpack there because there's a lot
There
of
is a lot to unpack.
equivalencies. But I don't know.
I
I was
think I
like,
think I know the answer.
you think you know the answer?
I think I know the answer.
If it's this, if we have the
Um,
same answer, that's
we had the same answer to the last question.
we did have the same answer
This
to the
one,
last question, but I kind
this
of want
one's
us to not
easier.
have the same
I want
answer
us to
because
not as
there's
well, but this
debate.
one's easier to have the same answer to. This one, there's only two options, right?
Yeah,
Like we have to choose a winner, right?
right.
Yeah. So okay, there's only two options. So this one, probability wise, way higher that we choose the same thing, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think that. Well, I'll give you my reasoning and then I'll tell you the answer. The horse and the man have to have a relationship. Okay, in order for the horse to go where the man wants the horse to go, right? And I would say, if anyone knows anything about horses, they're not always the most cooperative animals. So I don't think they would charge into battle as much as people might think they would. If you're like, go, Block, go. And it's just like, nah, what you mean? You see
Yeah,
that thing over
there's a lot
there?
of
That's a
loud
mythical
noises.
creature. Yeah, and it's like 100 centaurs running at them. I don't think they would just. I don't think they would look at each other and be like, "All right, dogs, let's get it." And then like, you know what I mean? I don't think they would have that group mentality. I think they would just be self-preservation mode, and they would completely ignore the human on their back. So that's why I think 100 centaurs would win, because man, like the human brain, like that human probably has a lot of pride, and they really want to win. So they're going to use those four horse legs to kick a lot of other horses in the face. So
I
that's how I think it would be. That's what I think is the. That's my final answer. Yeah.
so my head was first. It was on men on horses. There's essentially double the units on the field. You know, you have 200 units on the field. Uh, the men and the horse versus just the one centaur. So my thought was there's a little bit more mobility probably from a man that is on their horse rather than the centaur itself. But then I started to think about the vitality that a centaur probably has to have in comparison to a horse alone and a man alone. Like they have control over their entire body. They have I don't know. They have the training of a man and a horse at the same time. So so I was just like thinking through it today, and I also thought that 100 centaurs would probably win because
Let's go.
yeah, I don't know. I agree with that logic that like the horse probably would not rush into the battle like a lot of
Yeah,
people would think they would.
I think it's a coordination question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a coordination of man to horse and then horse to the situation. Like I don't think the horse would want to be in that situation.
Yeah.
Things
And I
can run
don't
pretty
think
fast. I think they would just run away.
I don't think the man would want to be in that situation either if the horse was
No.
killed either.
Oh, if it got killed or if it got bucked off. If the human
True.
got bucked off, then dude, you definitely have no chance.
Yeah.
If it's just you as a human, like man, we're pretty frail and weak in comparison to a dang centaur.
Yeah. If you
So
separate the horse and the man, it's not like those two units go and fight together like but
no,
separately. It's
no.
just the man that would fight and they're unlikely to fight at that point.
He'd get kicked in the face one time and be dead.
Yeah,
So
trampled and just like game over.
yeah, it's over. Yeah. Well,
It's
I'm
a good
glad we agree.
question. It's a good
It is a
question.
good question.
Um, I like
Quite
that
a few
one.
variables there.
There are a lot of variables. I like that question. Last week we had the what is the best cereal in the world question, which we had the
So,
same answer to.
if you haven't
Uh,
seen that podcast, go watch that podcast.
yeah, go take a look to see what our favorite cereal is and what the well, actually what factually the best cereal in the world is.
Oh wait, okay. If you're watching and you're at this point, comment below if centaurs or men on horses. Okay, 100 centaurs or 100 men on horses.
Yes,
What? Who would win? That's number one. And two, why?
I like that.
If there's
I'm
any
excited to
100
read
men on
submissions.
horses, I would like to hear if anyone believes men on horses would win and why. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be our enemy forever. No.
And you will be blocked and won't be able to watch any more episodes of your best friends. We are no longer your best friends. We're just
We're your worst
acquaintances.
friends. Yeah, you're your worst acquaintances. That's what we'll be.
Your worst acquaintances. That's amazing. All right. Well, I'm glad we got to that
Nice.
bottom of that age-old question.
That was very, very important to talk about. Yes.
Yes. All right. Shall we? Oh, what is that?
Yeah, it's a purple mattress thing that they send with their purple mattresses.
Nice. Is it just like to get you exposed to the inner workings of a purple mattress?
Uh, I guess. It also is like a great little toy. Like
It's like
my
one of those
mom
fidget spinners.
used to, it is similar. My mom used to like work with kids with, I'll just say kids with disabilities just to keep it vague. And they would always need like STEM toys. I don't know what that acronym stands for. Or maybe it's not an acronym. Maybe it's just stimulation. But like
Uh,
something to like touch and like mess with so that they don't like go haywire, you know?
yeah.
So yeah. And I think she told me like, hey, wouldn't this be great for like one of those type of STEM toys? I was like, yeah, that's a good idea.
It's good
So
like a stress ball.
dude, look it's so crazy looking. All right, anyway.
How is the purple mattress treating you?
So we don't have the mattress, but we have the pillows.
Oh, the pillows. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Kendall has the Purple Harmony, which is like the kind of like traditional pillow shaped one, and then mine is like shaped like this. So my pillow is like completely rectangular like that. It's not like, you know, like a
Yeah.
think of like a cartoon of a pillow. It's like, you know, it's not like that. It's just like flat. And I mean, I like it. It is hard to get to the right height because you would think that it would kind of compress like this, but I don't know. My head does not weigh enough to compress it, so it kind of just you're kind of
Sits
just
on
sitting
top.
your head on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and maybe if they made the grids like small, like if the grids were this small, maybe it would be better. I don't know, but and then that would be one complaint, and then the other complaint is sometimes like I'll put my ear on it, like I don't know, showing you with this small thing, but I'll put my like side of my head on my pillow, and there'll be like a little air pocket. You know, someone like we're both dudes, so I'm sure you've been smacked in the ear at some point by someone's palm. Dude, that hurts so bad, it, like creates like a suction cup. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that, but like on the teeny tiniest scale. So like I'll move my head and I'm like, ow. Like just a little bit of
It
like
would just be
yeah, it creates
just
like
like
an air
sucking.
pocket. It's
Wow.
so weird.
It's
So that
super
would be
weird.
my only other complaint. But other than that, I like it a lot. I was having like a ton of neck pain for a while and
It's
most of it's
better.
gone away, but
Oh,
it's better, that's for sure.
heck yeah.
I don't know if it's better because of time or better because I got that pillow. I have no idea, but
Yeah.
let's just say probably a little bit of both.
Well, sick. Might
Yeah,
have
I
to
like
might
it.
have to give it a try.
Yeah. Do you like plush, like fluffy pillows, or do you like hard pillows, or
Somewhere in the middle. I don't like. I've used some like pretty soft pillows that are just not good for me. But then I've also tried like a very like hard pillow, and I can't get behind that. It's just like
if you're gonna go with
too
the
much.
purple, I would go with the purple harmony. It's like looks like a pillow. It's still got this like grid material in it. It's pretty
Yeah.
supportive. I mean, it feels so fluffy and like it compresses a lot, but I think that's good because it's going to compress more where the heaviest part is, and then it's the back of your skull, and then your neck doesn't compress it as much, so it kind of creates that little thoracic curve, or sorry, cervical curve, my bad, that you need.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, sick. I'll have to look into it.
I'm not a sleep doctor, but that's just my analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense to me. And sounds like a positive review overall. Oh
yeah, I
yeah. What
like it.
would you rate my article? They rate the article.
Okay. Well, let me rate the website first. Website gets a point 0.5 out of 10, I think. That was trash.
Yeah, that was pretty
Like
bad.
they need some optimization. Maybe they got the SEO optimization going and like you can find that article easily, but once you click on it, man, I didn't know what was going on.
It's just like they're
So
pulling from too many like outward
too
sources. Like they
much.
have like a bunch of Google advertisements. They have a bunch of
Yeah.
tweets that are being rendered from Twitter.
And
It's
that
a whole
random
thing.
video that popped up was disgusting.
Yeah,
Like, oh man, what year is it?
yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I felt like I was in 2008. So the article though was gold. That's hilarious. The little trophy with the poop emoji on top. That is too funny, man. I
I
hope
hope.
they actually made one of those
I
and
was
send
just
it to
about
the,
to
the
say,
winner. That's how you really put the nail in the coffin of like we just won social media.
I
Then
would,
that person would post that look I got this, and then they would like that would be the end of the campaign right there.
dude. I'd want that. Oh, almost over the $10,000. Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, me too,
Man, I don't know. I thought the
dude. For
article was pretty.
videos, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I thought the article was pretty shit. Anyway, continue.
Uh,
No,
it's a good
that's it.
one. That's a good
Uh,
one. A couple things. One, I want to get like a typical YouTuber studio look to the back of this, like with a
yeah.
shelf with a dang plant on it. But what I was gonna say was, if I had that trophy, dude, that trophy would just be it'd just be sitting right there. I just have that,
Dude, you should
and I
tweet at
feel like I would
Tushy.
never talk about it. Like I would never talk about it ever.
Yeah.
And then someone would have to ask me about it, and then I would be like, all right, the video you guys are waiting for, and I'd title it like uh, coming out or something. Title it like something hardcore. Like
Yeah.
never thought I would make this video. Dot dot dot.
I
And that's the whole
sent
title.
my
And then I
poop.
just like reach back and I'm like, you've been wondering. You've been wondering. And I'm here to answer your questions.
Yeah. And then you like spend 20 minutes like this long backstory, and then like the last 2 minutes you're like, and so that's why I sent my poop to Tushy, and
I
they
want to
picked me
thank
for their.
I want to thank my parents for my digestive system and the genes they were able to give me.
And
I
those
want to thank Dave
wings.
Asprey for making the coffee that I drank that morning.
Yeah.
Shout out to Danger Coffee.
And
Uh,
those Super
yeah.
Bowl snacks.
Dude, you know what we should do? We should try some Danger Coffee, and then we should reach out to Danger Coffee and be like, "Hey, let's be partners if we like it. Unless
Yeah.
unless it's trash. If we think it's garbage, then we shouldn't do that.
We should.
And
We
that
should
could
get
be our
some.
first sponsor. Because right now we're sponsored by no one
Nobody. Use code
since 2021.
use code your friends to get 10% off of no product. So
At nowhere,
at
at
nowhere.
no website,
Yep.
and no store.
At doesn'texist.com.
Yes.
That's doesn'texist.com.
Promo code what?
Your friends get you
Your
10% off.
friends? Why not your best friends? That's what our
Uh,
name is. They're gonna be
nah, it's too
confused.
long. It's too long.
Oh,
They didn't like that one. Yeah. It's
okay.
actually just your. Put in your at checkout. You get 10% off.
What's the website again?
Doesn'texist.com.
I hope
Forward
that's not a
slash
website.
forward slash your. Put in your to check out 10%. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Man, should we wrap this thing up?
Let's wrap it up.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for listening. Remember to comment who you think would win in a fight: 100 centaurs or 100 men on horses. Be sure to like, share